Bitcoin is a digital currency that operates free of any central control or the oversight of banks or governments. Instead, it relies on peer-to-peer software and cryptography. A public ledger records all Bitcoin transactions, and copies are held on servers around the world. Anyone with a spare computer can set up one of these servers, known as a node. Consensus on who owns which coins is reached cryptographically across these nodes rather than relying on a central source of trust like a bank. Every transaction is publicly broadcast to the network and shared from node to node. Every 10 minutes or so, these transactions are collected together by miners into a group called a block and added permanently to the blockchain. This is the definitive account book of Bitcoin. Welcome to this channel, Crypto Wave. Watch the full video to know more about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, a virtual currency designed to act as money and a form of payment outside the control of any one person, group, or entity, thus removing the need for third-party involvement in financial transactions. It is rewarded to blockchain miners for the work done to verify transactions and can be purchased on several exchanges. Bitcoin was introduced to the public in 2009 by an anonymous developer, or group of developers using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. It has since become the most well-known cryptocurrency in the world. Its popularity has inspired the development of many other cryptocurrencies. These competitors either attempt to replace it as a payment system or are used as utility or security tokens in other blockchains and emerging financial technologies. Bitcoin price prediction for 2023. Analysts of the crypto market view the technology of Bitcoin as outdated and also note that there are many superior cryptos in terms of speed, scalability, environmental awareness, and other important factors that influence the formation of the price. Despite Bitcoin's shortcomings, analysts agree that during 2023 this crypto will still experience value growth, predicting its maximum value of $30,121 by the end of next year. End of 2025. Over the coming years, although some of the best altcoins may develop better utility and uses than Bitcoin, the leading cryptocurrency should retain its ranking due to its first-mover status. Due to this, our Bitcoin price forecast estimates the coin could reach a value of $90,000 by the end of 2025. End of 2030. With the acceptance of BTC reaching epic proportions in 2030, Bitcoin will appreciate above $1 million per coin to hit an all-time high above $150,000. 2022 was a rough year for crypto. More than $1.3 trillion was wiped off the value of the market. And Bitcoin, the world's largest digital coin, saw its price slump by more than 60%. Investors were caught off guard by a wave of collapses in the industry, from stablecoin project Terrace to crypto exchange FTX, as well as a worsening macroeconomic climate. Those who made predictions about Bitcoin's price in the past year really missed the mark. But with 2023 now here, some market players have stuck their necks out with price calls for what could be another volatile year. Technical analysis of Bitcoin's price movements. When you study the past performance of a cryptocurrency, you familiarize yourself with how it moves. Some are more volatile than others, and some increase or decrease in a certain way. Technical analysis will enable you to make better Bitcoin price predictions. From the graph above, Bitcoin price analysis shows that BTC clearly saw its biggest gains in 2021. Prior to this, Bitcoin had difficulty climbing back to its previous all-time high of almost $20,000 in 2018, particularly in 2019. Though with every price correction, BTC has managed to escape at the other end slightly higher than when it started. The Bitcoin price from 2009 to 2018 was also a highly interesting period. The asset went from virtually nothing to thousands of dollars per coin in a few short years. Much of this enormous rise has been attributed to the Bitcoin halving. How does Bitcoin make money? New Bitcoins are created as part of the Bitcoin mining process, in which they are offered as a lucrative reward to people who operate computer systems that help to validate transactions. Bitcoin miners, also known as nodes, are the owners of high-speed computers which independently confirm each transaction and add a completed block of transactions to the ever-growing chain. The resulting blockchain is a complete, public and permanent record of every Bitcoin transaction. Miners are then paid in Bitcoin for their efforts, which incentivizes the decentralized network to independently verify each transaction. This independent network of miners also decreases the chance for fraud or false information to be recorded, as the majority of miners need to confirm the authenticity of each block of data before it's added to the blockchain in a process known as proof of work. How does Bitcoin work? Each Bitcoin is a digital asset that can be stored at a cryptocurrency exchange or in a digital wallet. Each individual coin represents the value of Bitcoin's current price, but you can also own partial shares of each coin. The smallest denomination of each Bitcoin is called a Satoshi, sharing its name with Bitcoin's creator. Each Satoshi is equivalent to 100 millionth of one Bitcoin, so owning fractional shares of Bitcoin is quite common. Blockchain. Bitcoin is powered by open-source code known as the blockchain, which creates a shared public history of transactions organized into blocks that are chained together to prevent tampering. This technology creates a permanent record of each transaction, and it provides a way for every Bitcoin user to operate with the same understanding of who owns what. Private and public keys. A Bitcoin wallet contains a public key and a private key, which work together to allow the owner to initiate and digitally sign transactions. This unlocks the central function of Bitcoin, securely transferring ownership from one user to another. Bitcoin mining. Users on the Bitcoin network verify transactions through a process known as mining, which is designed to confirm that new transactions are consistent with other transactions that have been completed in the past. This ensures that you can't spend a Bitcoin you don't have, or that you have previously spent. Who invented Bitcoin? In 2008, the domain name .org was bought and an academic white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, was uploaded. It set out the theory and design of a system for a digital currency free of control from any organization or government. The author, going by the name Satoshi Nakamoto, wrote, "The root problem with conventional currencies is all the trust that's required to make it work. The central bank must be trusted not to debase the currency, but the history of fiat currencies is full of breaches of that trust." What is Bitcoin mining? Mining is the process that maintains the Bitcoin network, and also how new coins are brought into existence. All transactions are publicly broadcast on the network, and miners bundle large collections of transactions together into blocks by completing a cryptographic calculation that's extremely hard to generate but very easy to verify. The first miner to solve the next block broadcasts it to the network, and if proven correct, is added to the blockchain. That miner is then rewarded with an amount of newly created Bitcoin. Subscribe to our channel to keep up with new content. Your subscription, support, and feedback are much appreciated.